What's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got another Prize Picks video for you. We're going to be talking about the NFL Sunday slate on November 19th. And before we get started, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell because we will be posting bonus plays in our Discord. There's a link to that in our community section of our channel. But when those plays go live in Discord, we actually update everyone on YouTube. We always make a post if plays get removed or lines change. We want to give you some pivot options, or if you just want some extra plays to mix and match with the plays we give you in the video, those will all be in our Discord and we'll notify you on YouTube. Before we get into our picks, we're going to do a recap of our Thursday night football picks. We went 3 of 4, but we ended up getting the reboot with Mark Andrews, so it should have just cashed you with the sweep, but obviously that's if you just played the 4 that we gave you and didn't mix and match. But yeah, so I had my 2 picks were Tanner Hudson over 22.5 receiving yards. He ended up going for 49. That was a pretty easy cash. He's been trending up in snaps, and he's been playing great for them. And I also had Mark Andrews, who ended up not hitting his line because of that season-ending injury in the first half, which led to the reboot. But obviously the most important thing is that we hope Mark Andrews recovers and is able to play football again. I know that it sounded like it could be a pretty serious situation there. So we just wish him the best. And yeah, those were the 2 I had. You want to get into yours, Jordy?
Yeah, man. Teardrops over here for Mark Andrews because he was my dynasty tight end. So
yeah, I mean, everyone's hurting.
Yeah.
Everyone's hurting off that one.
But anyway, my 2 picks were Odell Beckham for over 25.5 receiving yards. He went for 65, so he crushed that line. And then we took Lamar Jackson for over 45.5 rushing yards, and he went for 54. So cash on those. Yeah, it should have been a sweep for us, man.
Yeah, and that was definitely a bold play with Lamar Jackson. I wouldn't have had the cojones to grab that one, but you called it and it hit. So good job on that, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So all right, let's get into our picks for Sunday. To get us started, I've got a receptions prop that I'm liking, and that's going to be Khalil Shakir. Here we are. I like him to go over 2.5 receptions here. He's done this his last 3 games. He's definitely been trending up in snaps and usage, targets just across the board. If we look at the over-under for this game, we've got 39.5, which actually seems like that's a good, that seems exactly like what I would expect from this game too. They do have the Bills favored by 7.5. So it seems pretty accurate with this calling, but you just never know with the Jets. They surprise you sometimes. The Bills have a new offensive coordinator starting this week, so we'll see how. But if we look at Khalil Shakir, he's been averaging in his last 3 games 4 targets a game and 3.7 receptions per game. So I feel good about him hitting the over on the 2.5. And if we look at what the Jets are allowing versus wide receivers, on average, they're allowing 15 targets and just under 10 receptions. So I know, I wouldn't be surprised if Stephon Diggs gets like a heavy target share with all that drama that was going down before their offensive coordinator got fired. But I still like this line. I like Khalil Shakir to be able to get over 2.5, especially with the way he's been playing. And Gabriel Davis is like, I think he'll do fine, but I just Davis is so hit or miss, as where Khalil's just been pretty steady and he's been catching pretty much everything they've been throwing at him. So I feel good about that. And then so for my next pick, I'm going to be going with an anytime TD. Which is the pass rush receiving TD on Prizepicks is how they word it. But I like David Montgomery to go to get into the end zone this week. He's playing against his old team, and one of the main things that has me thinking he's going to be able to hit this is the fact that I just think Dan Campbell is that dude who will make sure that David Montgomery gets into the end zone against his old team. And if we look at what he's been averaging, he's averaging over a touchdown per game in the last 5 games. He's got 6 in the last 5 weeks. He's been doing well, and even with the emergence of Jahmyr Gibbs, I still think I think they'll both get a touchdown. Now, I do know that the Bears are pretty tough when it comes to their defense. They've really been getting better over the season, and I will caution they haven't allowed a touchdown since week 3, a rushing touchdown. So keep that in mind, but I still think I'm going to run with the narrative here. The Lions have been looking explosive all year, and Montgomery looked like he was just jumping right back into form last week when he came back. So I think Dan Campbell's going to make sure his boy gets in the end zone against his old team. And then my last pick is going to be a rushing attempts prop. So I like Josh Jacobs. He's pretty reliable in this category. They got it set at 16.5. And I think that's just ridiculously low if you look at what their new coach has been, the utilization from their new coach. The last 2 weeks under the new coach has been 26 and 27 attempts. So I love this. This is my favorite play as far as safety goes. It just being a safe play. But we do have sorry, let me pull this up. We do have the Dolphins, which I think that, this line is set at -115, which is basically a 50-50 shot is what Vegas is calling this at. But I think it's because they're maybe worried. We have an over-under of 46 points, and they have the Dolphins favored by 13.5. So I think that Vegas is just thinking that they're going to be playing from behind and have to pass the ball a lot. But I still think that this new coach is all about establishing the run, as we've seen in the last two games since he's taken over. And against Miami, they've actually been on average allowing just under 22 rush attempts a game. So I feel really good, even though it's a 50-50 shot for Jacobs as far as Vegas odds go. And then let's see, for the David Montgomery, I forgot to mention. So yeah, like Khalil Shakir, Vegas has that at -130. And then David Montgomery, they have that at -150. So we like those odds. I think that they're just like, they don't know what to make of the situation with Jacobs playing against the Dolphins, but I think he's going to get over 16 rush attempts. So that's my 3 for Sunday. What do you?
Yeah. So, this is a pretty stacked board in the rushing category this week. There's a lot of good matchups for running backs this week, and I think we need to take advantage of that. So, my first pick here is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs' rush attempts. It's set at 10, and this is a -160 to go over. They kind of like found this guy in the last 4 weeks here. Before he was getting like 5, 6, 7 attempts a game. And then when Montgomery went down, they kind of realized that this guy's, just like he should get shot out of a cannon every time he touches the ball. So I like this a lot to go over. He's projected for 13.5. So I think this line is pretty low for, what they're giving us here. And then my next one is going to be another rush attempts prop, and it's going to be Josh Dobbs. He's been incredible, man. He's getting a bunch of designed runs now too. So I think that getting 6 is no problem for him. This is a -140 to go over as well. And Denver is terrible against rushing quarterbacks. They're I think ranked 28th. So a lot of juice for us there. With Gibbs, I will say, like he said, the Bears are very tough, but I think they're going to have to establish the run. And that's just kind of Detroit's formula. Is they get the run game going. So I'm not really worried about these 2 picks at all. And then for my last pick, I'm going to go with a receptions prop, and I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb. It's not just because I'm a Cowboys fan. It's because in the last 3 weeks, this guy has been easily the #1 wide receiver in the league right now. 12, 11, and 11 in the last 3. Granted, these aren't great passing defenses, and we are going up against one of the best passing defenses in the league right now. The Panthers are giving up only 15 targets and only 10 receptions a game. But CeeDee Lamb is the focal point of this offense right now because their run game has been struggling. So I think they're going to have to go to Lamb again. So I don't think him getting 7 is going to be an issue for us. It's a -115 just because the Panthers are so good. I think they're the 4th ranked passing defense. So, you know, that's the only asterisk I have on this pick. And yeah, I mean, I'm digging these.
What did you say that Lamb prop was set at?
115.
6.5.
Oh yeah, 6.5. Sorry.
Yeah, that's so low.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's way too low. Yeah. I love all these. We've got this locked in. I don't think we have to worry too much about these lines changing on us as quick as the NBA lines do, but we got them locked in just in case, because we do like what we're seeing. But yeah, these are the 6 we've got for you. You know, pick out the ones you like best, mix and match, take all 6, just use them however you want to use them. And yeah, we'll have some fun on Sunday. We've got a loaded slate. We've got a loaded NBA and NFL slate. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just make sure you enjoy yourself and relax and just take it all in and don't get too caught up in the competition of everything. Just have some fun.
Sure.
And cool. Yeah. So we'll catch you in the next video, guys.
Good luck, guys.